Welcome. Today we're going to be checking out an exclusive behind-the-scenes look here at the Witcher 4 cinematic reveal trailer, and we're going to be taking a look at it with the actual developers from CD Projekt Red. I'm really excited to kind of take a look at this because I've been working in games for a long time now, and there's always really cool behind-the-scenes stuff. That's why I kind of made my channel, was to talk about behind-the-scenes stuff and basically break down things that people haven't seen before and bring up topics and things that they didn't know within the game. It's always really cool to see like behind the scenes footage of a DVD where there's like director commentary. I really dig that stuff. And this is probably a really good insight to what they did to create this trailer. So let's dive in and take a look.
We felt that this is the moment to tell the story with Ciri.
She's been through a lot. She has a strong moral compass, I would say, and she can use these emotions to act.
When he first said it, I was like, huh? She has a strong moral compass. Yeah, that's very true. That's why I'm excited to see what they're going to do with this character in this game and how she's going to progress through her journey.
Ciri is all about...
You know, that mocap right there that they were just showing, a lot of times they will have multiple, right here. I'm surprised to see that they don't have more monitors. I saw one earlier, but to see what they're visualizing, and they have one up, watch, right here. So you can see that they have a monitor, and a lot of times you need that to see what the action is and to see kind of if it's working properly other than just kind of watching the actors. It's really important to do that on set, and a lot of times they will have like a real-time version of Ciri on the screen, and so that you can see if things are working properly, like cloth and all the different, not cloth but like to make sure that there's nothing going on weird with the character, like the mocap is not being applied in a wrong way. It's just a double way of checking everything on set, on stage, because you can only hire these actors for a short amount of time, or they got to fly out there, and so it's really important to get everything right on set on these mocap sets.
About becoming the Witcher, and she is very determined to follow this path.
Ooh, I love that. By the way, I did a not behind the scenes, I did a breakdown on this reveal trailer, and it's on my channel, so please take a look at it. It's really cool. I'll leave a link in the description and something pop up here on the right side. You should check it out. It's really interesting, and it's a really beautiful trailer. So if you want to see the breakdown on that, definitely check it out.
At the very first meeting with CDPR, I saw like how much you want to ground this story in the past, at the same time giving a start to a new saga.
We were thinking in this story that Mjolnir and Ciri are a little bit mirrors of each other. The traditions of Stromford essentially mean that Mjolnir has to be sacrificed. That's her destiny, and she accepted that destiny.
Oh, that's cool. You see how they're showing you all the layers of global illumination, the snow, the textures. Look,
Ciri is known as
that's cool. I like how they piece all that together.
someone who does not accept destiny. She fights back at it.
Ciri was exactly feeling what Mjolnir could feel. Even just looking at her, hearing, her voice trembling when she goes, I shall be, the bringer of salvation. And you can hear that there is a duty in that. There is something you grew up with. There's something you should do, but like deep inside, you know that this is bad. So they have a very brief interaction in the woods when she says like, save yourself, right? That this is something that your older sister would say, your friend, you're someone close to you. Just from this brief interaction, she can exactly know what she is feeling. And she's like, your life is more important than those stupid superstition that your village grew up with.
Huh. Yeah, that's very interesting because I didn't see that from the trailer. Like, I didn't notice it because the trailer's happening so fast and you're watching the story. But now that he says that and he breaks down that moment, it's very true. And you can see how, like, her emotions are and how Ciri, when Ciri comes to her, that she's like a stranger, sort of, but she's trusting her in this moment, right? Pretty interesting.
One of the really important things was for the viewers to feel as Ciri would feel, so you could see how the story unfolds together with her and get the same emotional flow as she would get as she was trying to fix the issue of the village. The way she kills the monster, the way she reacts to the people killing Mayoni, it's different than what Geralt would do. She lives through these emotions, she's connected with herself.
So all we wanted were to go to the woods, to go to the god.
We always try to walk around Slavic style
Something's going on with the audio. It's skipping.
and be coherent with Sapkowski's book. I believe the style for characters, faces, hairstyles, you can find this kind of faces somewhere in the villages there and there. That's why it's very important to see the range of possibilities in the whole Central Europe.
You got to do that as game developers, right? You have to kind of really do your research properly and bring in stuff that is authentic to what you're trying to tell as a story.
Just the ambiguity of the whole story itself, I think it also plays very much to the way Sapkowski was crafting his Witcher stories. And it's like, it's also very in our
Wow.
Eastern European mentality.
Look at that, look
like
at
there's
that.
shades of gray everywhere and not clear choices and the famous lesser evil.
It was a huge project. From the beginning, from the story that we created with our director and with CDPR team, and then the huge mock-up session. It lasted for like 14 days.
Wow, 14 days. So they had 2-week mocap session for I think it's like a 4-minute trailer. I forget how long it is. That makes sense. That makes sense. You could capture it all in like a week if you really nail every scene and you really, but if you remember the trailer, there's a lot of really long scenes and there's talking and all dialogue and all kinds of stuff going on. So 2 weeks is actually a pretty good time frame.
A lot of people were engaged, and I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't be this amazing if we hadn't had such an amazing crew.
You see this right here? They have, so what they're doing here right here, let me break it down slow motion for you.
Slow motion for me, slow motion for me.
So what's happening is a lot of times on set, they don't have like a big creature, they don't have a creature, right? So they're going to emulate a creature. And that's what they're doing here. See this? They are acting like the tentacles or the arms of that big creature that you see in the trailer so that she can react to the arms and them poking at her, and it feels a little more authentic, you know what I mean? You can see that's what they're doing. Yeah, see, they're even mocapping the body of the thing. Interesting. That's actually a really cool way to do it. I love
We
this
want
scene.
you as a viewer to get really into this world, to get close to these characters, to understand what they're going through, because this world is brutal, it's visceral, it's grounded, and we want you to feel it.
The whole idea for the trailer was that we want to have natural looking camera, not artificial one, not CGI. That's why we decided to record all those virtual cameras on stage and then later use it.
In a trailer, for example, when you see Ciri, when she enters the fog, you can see that she's confused, that she doesn't know where to look, that the camera is more aggressive with motion, and we wanted to express more of this confusion.
Yeah, it really does to, convey that. In this moment, she feels like she's all over the place and that she's kind of flustered.
Wanted to have this glimpse of truth in it.
But also there are scenes when magic happens, and then we want to switch from those handheld cameras to more like creative one.
The style completely changes, so we go with cranes now, we go with dollies.
That was quite a lot of work to animate them properly and have this magical feeling to them. And they are no longer handheld, they are all created by the animators. There are these...
Not by AI. Let me just point that out.
Nuances that we really want to take care of and to make it feel really like a movie.
We organized 3 shooting days with rented movie gear. We had lenses that we picked before, and we gathered lots and lots of shots with different features on it, like distortions, lens flares, bloom, how the bokeh behaves. Based on that, we could really create digital representation of those lenses, gather.
Wow, I'm surprised they went to those great lengths. And I think the reason why they did that is some of these guys are previs artists, and a lot of times previs, you got to do that. You have to even choose the focal length and all these different things of the lens to make sure that when the actual directors are on set and filming these things that it feels accurate and it portrays the same vision you were going for, right? But I'm very impressed with that. They're trying to emulate certain bokeh effects and different things in there. It's really cool.
All those features so we can really have something unique, and I'm pretty glad about it because this was something I think pretty extraordinary in a gaming engine.
My favorite part is the beginning, essentially. It's where we parallel the traditional preparations that Mione goes through and then the Witcher preparations that Ciri goes through.
Yeah, it's almost like a ritual thing happening.
For the Mione, we had a more pleasure to eye color palette and a bit warmer. But for the Ciri, we set up our environment darker and more moody. We wanted to create a bit more mysterious mood,
Look how detailed it is.
which allows us to create more dense atmosphere and bring to the table a bit different story, because at the end, both of characters having a unique story behind preparation.
Ciri is watching Jivan saying goodbye to Mione, saying about destiny, saying that she was kind of born almost, meant to make it, right, kind of save them.
It was really important for us to actually write this monologue in a way that Geralt could have said that about Ciri as well.
Huh, that's a good touch. I didn't even notice that.
Dearest daughter, I've watched ye grow from a devilishly curious child into a remarkable young lass with much grace, wisdom, and kindness.
Audio.
That makes me emotional because
I don't know why
this
it's
is
sitting.
also something that she was fighting her entire life. Almost all the time, someone wanted something from her.
You know, this is a nice mocap stage, actually. It looks like they got a Vicon set up. See all these cameras? These are all Vicon motion capture cameras, I believe. That's what it looks like. They have a nice setup here to capture everything. Looks really nice. It's plenty big enough to get just enough room to run. And if you look, wow, they're capturing a lot of actors at once, which is pretty impressive too. This is really neat that up here on the top, if you look, you can look down at everything. That's a great view of like the set and what's happening on stage. I love to see that.
A physical representation of Bauk's shoulders and his attacking arms, and having 4 operators, we kind of recreated the whole monster. On the screen, we saw in real time a moving Bauk.
Told you. So they were even. I'm glad that they did this in real time to see how it was working.
We created Witcher style sequence. Just practice it a couple times. We practiced how to move the Bauk, how to synchronize, and it worked. It worked beautifully.
Nice. I bet she was super tired after that 2 weeks of mocap session. Guaranteed. I did like 1 or 2 days and I was so tired for like a week.
When it comes to cooperation, like from the animation perspective, we did start with animation guideline for the Bauk. I've known Bauk for a while, and I kind of found a way to divide him into 3 specific parts. So when it comes to the head, for us, it's kind of like a goblin head on a neck of a snake. The front arms are as similar to jaguar as possible, while the pincers are literally scorpion claws, and the tail and the back legs are literally dinosaur. And because of that, we're able to actually create this kind of animation Bible for the Bauk. And then it kind of allowed us to really quickly build this common language to make sure that what we animate at CD Projekt is actually as close as possible to what you see in the trailer.
And you know what? I love to hear that. He said an animation like Bible. And it's funny because I do that at the studios I work at. I create like this Bible. It's like a document of all these things of procedures and links to different documents and all that. It's like a Bible, and I call it a Bible. So it's kind of funny that he brought that up. Love that.
journey with Unreal Engine was wonderful. We were able to have much more tries and instant preview and much more iterations to get to the proper final result.
This is great for you guys at home, per se, to see the previs. This is usually how I see my animations. It's like this. And then later on, they like release the trailer I'm working on. I'm like, whoa. Like, then I get to see the lighting and everything.
What's a go to the woods? The chosen one. His tradition.
Well, the first thing that puts a smile on my face is the runtime, of course. I'm really glad we could pull up 6 minutes so that even if you don't know anything about The Witcher, you can just play it, watch it, and it's a short story that's understandable from the start to finish. I love the slow burn, which is something very unique for a game trailer, I would say.
Yeah. See, this is great, dude. They storyboarded this whole thing out. This is a very, very well executed job.
Every movie that we do, our goal is to have the best knowledge of the IP, to stay true to the IP, to understand the vision of the developers, also the purpose of the asset that we're creating. Knowing the Witcher universe inside out is a key to do something that feels equally original as well as true to its foundation.
I love that moment right there where she opens her eyes. Love that.
This trailer is an adaptation of a story that we actually want to tell in the game. We're not going to give you a black or white situation. We expect you to consider some situations, make some tough choices, and as an example, that situation that may happen after the trailer is over is such a tough choice.
Gods? There are no gods here.
Love that.
There are only monsters.
And like I said before, if you have not seen it, I have a breakdown on the actual cinematic reveal trailer on my channel. So please take a look at that. I would love to hear your input and your thoughts about the trailer as well, because it was so well done. It was so visceral and entertaining and just awesome to watch. So shout out to everyone that worked on it over there at Platige. I don't know how you say their name. I actually applied at their studio recently. So if they ever end up watching this video, I love what you guys are doing over there. I would love to join the team. You guys do incredible work. And it's awesome to see all the procedures that you guys went through. You really nailed it. As far as like the actual pipeline on making some of these cinematic trailers, you really need to know what you're doing. You really need to plan things out accordingly and stick to your plan. And you can tell that they did that. They went from storyboard to mocap to, previs to, it's very, very nice to see a company doing things right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this little breakdown from the development team over there at CD Projekt Red. It's always cool to see behind the scenes footage and insights into the game development industry. We don't see much of that nowadays. Like I said, that's the whole reason why I invented my channel and started doing this stuff, is because we don't see any behind the scenes stuff normally. It's very, very rare. And so it's cool to see a company share it with us. And I'm glad that you guys watched the video with me and took it all in and soaked it in. So if you enjoyed it, you know what buttons to press. I really appreciate all your guys' time and support. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.